Alright guys, it's me again, Inspirational Post by Leverson. Right, I'm just going to get straight into it, as I always do. Thank you for everyone that's leaving their comments. Thank you for the like-minded, and more power to you, more energy to you. And I'd just like to say, you know what? Only 5 years. The ones that have been listening, you know exactly what I mean. 5 years, Costa Rica, yes. So what I want to talk about is, you know what? If we can put so much time into watching telly and just sitting there and just letting the hours pass by, why don't we put that much time and effort into ourselves? Why don't we really push ourselves to the next limit? Why don't we push ourselves to the next mountain? Why don't we push ourselves to the next degree? Why do we just sit back and say that, oh, we're just relaxing, oh, we just want to have just a bit of me time? But you know what? To have you time, why don't you have the rest of your life for me time and you time, when you've actually put all the hard work into yourself to get yourself to such a great high level that anytime then you take time off, you're still being paid? That's that's the sort of sense that it makes. That's the sort of sense that it makes to me, because if you've already grinded your tail off and then you're ready to pick up and go on holiday whenever you want, whenever you decide to spend all that time with your family when you want, when you want to go and see your child's play when you want, when you just want to go and relax and just have a great time when you want, and you don't always then have to grind and scratch and scrimp and save because you've already put the hard work in. To me, that makes massive sense. But no, what it is, there's a lot of people out there that have just got a television mind, and that's all they are. They've got a TV mind, they've got a TV mindset, they've got everything that they'll live through the television. But as soon as they see something that they want, or something that they like, or something that they should be able to do, or a place or a holiday, or they can't do it. And why can't they do it? Because they haven't put the hard work in. But they want. If you put as much time into you as you do sitting down, being comfortable, watching telly, doing with your feet up, relaxing, doing nothing, not building anything, but you want, why don't you get? You don't get because you don't put in. It's simple. Also, I don't tell any lies. I don't tell anything that's where I know that I need to build a rocket ship to go into space, because your rocket ship is you. Build you. Build your insides first, and then everything then you see with your eyes on the outside, if you want it, you can have it. But build yourself first. Push yourselves as far as you can see. But no, some people just want to sit down, cuddle up, relax, pull the blanket over, put the quilt over, and just do nothing, and just gaze, and just watch, and watch, and watch. Get up and make a cup of tea, get up and make a cup of coffee, sit back down and watch, and get mesmerised by the telly and just gaze and watch, but do nothing else apart from that. And then years go by, and your life is just passing you by. Your life is just so important, massively important, and I don't see why people don't get it. But you know what? Me saying that, I do know why. Because there are some people that just ain't gonna do it. Because they'll find any excuse to be lazy. And it is laziness. It's nothing but laziness. Because you don't want to do it. You'll say, oh, but I'm too tired, I've got too much going on. I can't because, oh, I've got a bad thumb. or I've stubbed my toe. They'll come with the most, you know, the cat fell out of a tree, and what's that got to do with you? Nothing. Nothing at all. Do what you're supposed to do. Do what you enjoy to do. I don't get it that you're missing out on so much. You're missing the trick. The people that aren't willing to do anything are missing so much. But then they'll complain and they'll moan and complain and moan about other people that have got. There was a conversation that I had with someone the other day, and the conversation went like this. Why are Google employees getting X amount of money? The person said to me, I find that disgusting. I find that terrible that somebody's being paid that much. So my response was to that, and it was even about the cleaners that got paid X amount of money, which is a good wage. I haven't researched it, but this is what the person had told me anyhow. So I said to that person, you know what? If someone's willing to pay them that money, fair play to them. If they've worked hard and they've designed themselves into that job, what they're doing, it could be a cleaner, it could be a employer of Google that's they're designing stuff for the web, for the internet, for whatever. If they're getting paid that money because somebody obviously has thought, you know what, I want them because it's the ability that they have got. Why don't they deserve that money? So I said to that other person, you know what? If that money was offered to you, you take it. Oh, well, that ain't the point if I would take it or not. I just find it. He says, well, what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense what you're talking about. If you're moaning about somebody else who's grafted and someone else has put themselves in a great position to earn X amount of money, fair play to them, good luck to them. Don't moan. Don't moan and complain. If you want something of wealth and something of a great wage, great earnings, do something about it so you're being paid. So you're getting what you only get paid. People are only going to pay you what you're worth. So what you complain about somebody else's business for? And that's the thing, people like to complain about other people's business instead of sorting themselves out. So this is what I'm saying by a TV mind. They're lazy, they don't want to do nothing, but they're quick enough to moan and complain and jump on somebody else's thing. Why moan about somebody else? You see, because they've got that television mind where they're quick enough to sit back and point the finger, but they don't want to say to that other person, you know what, good luck, well done you. Good luck to you. Earn your money that you deserved. Whatever you're going to do with your money, you do with your money. But don't complain about somebody else's good fortune because they've put the hard work in. And especially if it's someone who's mostly the lower ends, which are, say, cleaners and stuff, because there's nothing wrong with that, because the cleaners are doing a job. Without the cleaners, there wouldn't be other people. They wouldn't be able to do their job properly, sitting in filth and muck. They're doing a great job, so they deserve everything that they get. So don't complain and moan. Why don't you go and set up yourself up a company to clean and rival someone else, then to go and set your own business up, and then you get that sort of reward. But then I bet you wouldn't moan then. I bet that person who said it to me wouldn't complain then. Of course they wouldn't. But they're quick enough to complain and moan, because this person always moans about a lot of things anyhow, which I find, I find that embarrassing. I look, and sometimes all I do is I just switch off and I just look the other way, or I just look down and say, it's the same old thing that you're saying over and over again. It's the same old noise that I'm hearing. It isn't about good luck. It isn't about the well-being of somebody else. But you're just moaning about somebody else because they're doing better than you. And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to them doing better than you. And just because they're doing better than you, you're jealous. Don't be jealous of somebody else's success. Go and find your own success. Go and do your own thing. Stop bitching and complaining and having just a TV mind. Instead of sitting down moaning, sit down and study. Sit down and work. Sit down and build yourself up. Sit down and read. Sit down and do something that's worth you getting paid X amount of money. But no, you're just too quick enough there to just flick through the paper, look at all that media nonsense, and jump on the same bandwagon as the rest of the sheep. So then, you're weak. That person is weak because they've only got one agenda, the moaning agenda, not the get up and do agenda. Take a leaf out of their book. Work hard, work smart, work diligently, put your time in, and get what you deserve. That's all it comes down to. It comes down to you being the best person that you can be. Not pointing a finger and saying, oh, you. By the time you're looking at somebody else, they're already 3 or 4 streets in front of you. Further in front of you because you're just sitting there until it's too late. And then all you do, you become bitter and you're like a wounded animal. You're just waiting to die. No, just build yourself up. So this is for the like-minded. Don't listen to people with their foolishness. Don't listen to people with their nonsense. Don't listen to people who are going to just moan and complain and moan, because they want you to get on that ship and moan and complain, the moaning ship, the complaining ship. And you know what happens to them moaning, complaining ships? They're the first ones that go down and sink, and everybody on board drowns. And there's no lifeboats come to save them, because they'd probably complain about the people who's come to save them. Why didn't you come around quicker? No, if you weren't on the ship, moaning ship in the first place, you probably wouldn't have gone down sinking, because all your negativity has brought everything down to base. So don't moan, don't complain, don't listen to people like that. Build your own path. Build your own luxury. Build your own wealth. Build greatness that you've got within you. So as I just wait for my daughter, who's just finishing school now, and the rest of the kids are coming out, they're building their futures. Hopefully, there's going to be a few within this group that are walking down here that are going to be absolutely amazing. And some of these will probably end up working for Google. And I hope the majority of them end up working for themselves, building their own path, building their own success, building their own future, and not going on the sinking ship of people that just moan and complain and moan. But if they do, you know what? That's their choice. I can't help them. Because sometimes, as I said before, you can't bring everybody on your journey. Everybody doesn't want to come on your journey. But they're the ones that don't come on your journey that will complain and moan and say everything about you. And they will moan when you're succeeding and you've built your wealth and you've built your legacy for generations. They're the ones that will turn around and say, oh, I find it disgusting what you earn. I find it disgusting what you do because you've done so much. You've done so much with yourself instead of just having that TV mind. It's worked perfectly for you. So don't listen, don't complain, and don't moan. So guys, on that note, inspirational post by Leverson, daily, as I've said, daily. And I made sure as well that I didn't delete, as I did the other day. Just making sure that everything is just perfect. Everything is just right. Well, not perfect, because everything isn't perfect. Everything isn't perfect. The only thing I see as perfect are things that are grown naturally, like plants and trees and things that are organic like that. Because we have faults as human beings. We have faults as human beings. So the only thing I don't see that has any faults, as I said, is trees, plants, flowers, the animals that are out there, because they're just living in nature, and as nature, as nature was gifted to do. So, inspirational post by Leverson. My daughter's coming now with her two friends, holding and linking arms. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Enjoy.